Before we start today's vlog, a little announcement. This Saturday, we will be doing our live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern once again. We had some success with the time, so council has spoken, and we will do it at 6 p.m. tomorrow, which is February 17th. Hope to see you there. Let me know in the comments if you will be there tomorrow night. What's going on, everyone? Hope you are having a great day. The weekend is here. Let us relax. So this video was one of those videos I didn't plan to make, but after driving my father's 2018 Toyota Tundra the other day, it has to be done. So quick recap, I did an MPG video the other day with my father's truck, where basically I took it on just about a 100-mile loop on the highway to see what the pump-to-pump calculations for the truck would be. That video is a couple videos back. I will put it at the very end of this video if you want to check it out. So basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to see what the pump-to-pump calculations would be for that truck versus this truck, the Platinum, which is supercharged. So in doing that, that was the first time I ever took that truck for a real ride. Obviously I've taken it, excuse me, I have a cold, so I apologize in advance. Obviously I've taken his truck locally, doing a little tests here and there with it, videos with you guys, but I never have taken it on an actual ride on the highway like I did. So I learned a lot about the truck, and being in a Tundra with a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter engine again for that long, it really made me A, appreciate this supercharger a lot, and B, make me want them to bring back the TRD Supercharger. And the reason I'm saying bring back the TRD Supercharger is for you, the owner. And what I mean by that is kind of the reason why I got this supercharger in this truck. There's such a big stigma that surrounds supercharging a vehicle. Will it hurt the engine? Will it void the warranty? There's just so many questions. Is the fuel mileage worse? Is it loud and annoying all the time? There's so many questions, and there really isn't that many answers, which is why I got the supercharger in this truck, so I could show you what the day-to-day life of a supercharger is like. Now, of course, you could go on anywhere on YouTube, and you could type in Tundra Supercharger or whatever, excuse me, and you'll see them racing the supercharger down the track. You'll see them doing 0 to 60 testing on the supercharger, and that's great. But what happens when they go home? What happens when they go to ShopRite or whatever, any local store? That's the stuff I want to show you guys. What is it like to have a supercharger every single day of your life? Does it get annoying? All those other questions. Another reason why I wish they would bring back the TRD Supercharger for you guys, I feel like a lot more of you would do a supercharger because you're still protected by a Toyota warranty. And the whole reason I want you guys to have a supercharger is because the feeling I felt going from his truck back to my truck when I was done with the testing. The supercharger, and some of you may right now be saying, well, duh, it's a supercharger. That's not the case, because when I first got the supercharger, I was actually a little disappointed. It wasn't that loud. I could barely hear it at first, unless you were really up in the RPMs, then you could hear it. It felt a little bit faster, but it didn't feel like what I've heard other people say. But the more the supercharger has broken in, and the more I've had it on the truck, it sounds amazing, and the truck drives amazing. And I'm not talking about when you get on the pedal. It makes the truck feel more free. Even just pulling away in first gear, the truck just feels like it has the perfect amount of power to get this heavy body moving with a lot to spare. And that is the big difference in feeling between the regular 5.7 and a Magnuson Supercharger 5.7 like in this truck. And the fact that I have my father's 2018 to do this with is great, because I literally hopped out of that driver's seat into this so I could feel the difference immediately. And it wasn't a little bit of a difference, it was enough to make this video for you right now. So if you have the means, superchargers aren't cheap, but if you have the means, excuse me, I strongly suggest, you at least check it out. Because my goodness, it's almost like it ruined it for me, because now anytime I drive, another vehicle without a supercharger, at least let me say another Tundra without a supercharger, It leaves a little bit to be desired. I'm not saying anything's wrong with the regular 5.7. It's a powerful engine. We love it. It's just this supercharger, after it broke in, turned this thing into a completely different vehicle versus any other Tundra I've ever driven. So I really wish someone at Toyota would say, hey, we should bring back that TRD Supercharger. Why not make it standard in one of the TRD Pros? Make a TRD Pro like they have now, or naturally aspirated 5.7, and then make a version, TRD Pro X, TRD Pro SC, whatever. Make a version with the supercharger, so you don't have to go through the hassle of buying it, installing it, you know, all that stuff. Finding an installer sometimes is hard. But if you do want a supercharger, Magnuson supercharger, they sell them at Sparks. You could use the Tundra Dude 34 promo code. It saves you like almost $400. So that is where the promo code comes in big if you're interested in it. And if you're looking for someone to install it, I got Adam Savage, the master mechanic over at Galt Toyota. He did mine, and then he did a few other people after me that saw my videos. So there is a place, there is a way to get it for cheaper, so I got you on that one. I did the hard work for you, but it is definitely something I suggest you do, especially if you are a big Tundra fan. Drive a supercharged Tundra. It is unbelievable. It's just, it's not, so the Tundra, the regular 5.7 Tundra, when you get on the pedal, it kind of gets up through the gears, and even if you put your foot down on the pedal, you feel the power right away, and you know, it's pretty linear. But the supercharged Tundra is just always power ready. It never feels heavy. It never feels sluggish. It always feels ready to go. Even in the winter months, which is one of those things people were worried about with the supercharger. How will it handle freezing temperatures? The only thing that made me laugh in the winter with the supercharger is when it was colder, it would whine a lot more. So if you don't like that supercharger whine, you may not like the supercharger. But how could you hate that sound? That sound means power, and it's awesome. But anyway, it's just something I had to say after driving that, driving his 2018 the other day, and then coming right back into this driver's seat. The difference is not a little. The difference is massive. And like I said before, if you're saying, well, yeah, because it's supercharged, you just got to remember, at first I was really disappointed until the supercharger broke in, and then every penny was worth it. So if you have any questions, or if you're thinking of supercharging your Tundras, and you're scared or worried, because I'm telling you, I was there. When I was doing it, I was only doing it because I wanted to do it for you guys. I was totally nervous because I didn't know what to expect, because there isn't videos out there of the day-to-day life of a supercharger owner, and that is what I am here for you for. So please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever you got, comment below the video. But I strongly suggest the supercharger. And one more thing before we go, Magnuson offers pretty much a warranty to cover whatever you're going to void from Toyota. But you can read up on that on the Magnuson website if that's the thing that's concerning you. So go check that out too. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34. Comment below the video, whatever you got. TundraDude34@gmail.com. You guys have a great Friday.